MattyDaddy NFT drafters? Welcome. Today is the day. We are going mock draft mania. That's right. And I'm not here alone. You see him on the screen. Chase is the place. No. Y'all don't know who Chase is, but I know who you do know. That's Too Many Touchdowns.
Yo.
Welcome to the show, my man. How you been?
Good to join you, man. We've been watching all your videos. It's been awesome. I've been dropping all these articles super secretly, but figured, hey, let's talk some actual football and get these guys up to speed on what's going on.
Absolutely. And it's nice to have my voice, get my advice, but there are more analysts out there with different opinions. It's good to see both sides of the spectrum. So you see defense deep dives, you see all these articles about rarity, different things on NFTDRAFT website. Your man up there, Too Many TDs, is the guy delivering the goods, ladies and gentlemen. So definitely give him a follow, a shout out, ask him questions. That's what analysts do. They provide what we call yum yums. Num.
Now, hopefully we can bring you guys some good yum yums. No, we've been crushing. I've been a huge fantasy fan for years and years and years. I've been writing for them. My job here is basically to kind of help you guys who don't know too much about fantasy get up to speed, learn all the secrets, get all the tidbits of information that's going to help you guys make a lineup, because there's a lot to know. Football's not easy, right? And so we're kind of starting from the beginning. All the articles will kind of do the real basics, but as they grow, you guys get smarter, get more entwined into the football culture, the more we can get specific. And that's what we're here doing today. We're making some lineups.
All gas, no brakes, baby. Dude, we talked pre-show how we were going to kind of do this. We said, the hell with it. We can't do exhibition lineups just yet. We still got to wait another 3 days. So let's just get some random cards. Let's get some commons and let's throw down and kind of show people different kind of lineups and what we came up with. Because everybody's trying to figure out what to do with these cards. Some people have 500, some have 5. But you got to figure out how you're going to set these lineups, how the points work. So you ready to get started?
Yeah, no, I mean, this is a good exercise for you guys because we don't have all the cards from here. We picked a pool of cards. Some of these are really great. You're going to be so stoked to have these in your your bag of tricks. But some of these were like lukewarm on, but that's how you guys are going to be. You're never going to always be able to play all of the cards that you want. So that's why we like doing this. Show you when you just have something, pull it out, see what you can make out of what you have. And that's what we're doing today.
Well, and it's good so you have all these cards, you kind of see our lineups. When you have a card, go research it a little bit. I don't care if it's the tight end 3 or the quarterback 1. They're all worth something to a degree. So look up your cards, study it while you're learning the game of football, learn your cards. That's just as important.
Let's do it.
Jay, let's do it. Let's start off. We kind of talked this exercise before. We're going to set our lineups a little different. So I'm going to go a little bit heavier on defense, and I want you to go, a little heavier on quarterback? Is that what we agreed on?
I love going heavy on quarterback. You don't have to convince me, my man.
Let's get started, man. Whether you want to soar with an eagle or fly with a falcon, fill us in on this quarterback position to start it off.
Yeah, no, I mean, I am absolutely excited. I'm an Eagles fan. You guys can see from all the stuff here. But I'm not a homer. I will play anyone. I love the cards for the value, but this time I have to go with Jalen Hurts. Quarterback 1 for the Philadelphia Eagles. Look, this guy's coming in his second year. He's not a great passer yet, although last night, if you watched the preseason, it was pretty solid, but he's going to get you points one way or the other. You're going to hear us talk a lot about running as a cheat code. Quarterbacks who run are cheat codes. They are 2 different players in one package. Question for you, Matty. How many quarterbacks last year in the top 10 ran for more than 230 yards? In the top 10.
Man, it's got to be a lot, right? Because you're talking Tennessee quarterback, Arizona, Baltimore. I mean, would you say half or more? Where are we at with this?
9 out of 10 of them ran for at least 230 yards. That's mind blowing. The one who didn't was Aaron Rodgers, and that's
Well,
that's Aaron Rodgers, right?
MVP, right? Yeah.
But
Man,
you guys
that's
need
nuts.
to understand that 230 yards total. So if you break that out over their 17 weeks, that's an extra 13 and a half points per game just from running. That is so much. So with Jalen Hurts throwing it, Atlanta's D isn't going to be that great. He's going to have to keep up with them because they're going to score points. I love him at 16 points. That is a steal.
One thing about Hurts that I was actually looking at last night when I saw that we were kind of what we were working with. I believe Hurts had like 239 yards rushing in a 3-game span. That's how lethal this guy is with his legs. So the top 10 upside, he's knocking down the damn door. He's that good. If the coaching staff stays with him week 1, I believe there's no question this guy is a smash play.
Oh, man. 16 points. Give it to me every single day.
I got a question before we keep moving on. While we're talking Hurts, why is the coaching staff, Nick Sirianni, why are they kind of flip-flopping on this guy?
It's the same kind. It's the thing where they just want you to earn your position, right? There's half the teams right now don't even have decals on their helmets because they have to earn it. He came in, he's a brand new coach. He wants him to come in and show them what he's got and earn that position. I can't imagine they're going to go with Joe Flacco. We'll see. But he's going to be the QB1. I know it.
Absolutely. This next one, this guy is as consistent as they come. Fill us in, my man.
Yeah. So you want me to just go through all the.
You hit your quarterbacks, and then since I only have one, I'll fill in with mine right after.
Love
yours.
it.
And then into the show, we'll kind of compare our rosters, let people look at them, see what we're working with. Like I said, this isn't a league-winning roster. We're not trying to give you all the cheat codes where you guys are just everybody's putting in the same roster. We just went through cards. We played around. We threw in some wild cards, and we threw in some locked and loaded money in the bankers.
For sure. For sure. No, I mean, I'm going to do what people like to do if they think a game's going to be high scoring. Right. I am going to QB, and I'm going to stack the quarterbacks. So if Jalen Hurts has to keep up with Atlanta, the person he's keeping up with is Atlanta's QB1, Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan is a decent quarterback who's going to have to throw a ton this season. I know you do love their running back, Mike Davis, but they can't be running all day long. Having both those guys there, if this hits and this is one of the most high-scoring games, you're going to be happy.
Absolutely. And I think if I'm correct, Matt Ryan was one of the most pass yards on the season last year.
Oh, so that throws it.
Throws it. He slings it. This is a Falcons defense that is not good. They're on a work in progress. But this between Philly's defense, Atlanta's defense, this should be a high-scoring game. I love both those calls. And at 16 points apiece, you can't beat that, man. That's easy money.
I like finding values in the quarterback, man, because you can get these lower tier guys and they don't score that much less than the higher tier guys. So find some value there. Use 2 quarterback. I think it's always a good play.
Yeah. I mean, both those guys should put up, like we said, top 10 numbers. And if you're thinking top 10 numbers from a quarterback, that's like 25 to 40 points. That's a ton. I mean, and you never know with these bad defenses, both these quarterbacks could go for 35 points plus. That's how crazy.
Love it.
Whew, all right.
Who you got?
I had to go a little risky here, but it's because I talked about him last episode. I believe this is going to be an improved team with an improved offensive line with some dime pieces on the roster. I'm going Cincinnati's quarterback 1 at 15 points, Joe Burrow. We're talking a guy coming off of a major leg injury, so maybe that's why we're getting a discount on the cards. But you have an offensive lineman that didn't even play last year who was a first-round pick. They just brought in a second-round pick that was a guard. These guys are going to be able to protect him. And as we saw last year, when Burrow had a clean pocket, he was top 5 in the NFL. So to me, this is a smash play against the terrible Minnesota defense. So locked and loaded.
I love it. That's such a good value at 15. You're going to get some points for sure because you know Minnesota's going to put up points. Again, you want to look for these ones where there's going to be points scored on both sides because that means they need to keep throwing, they need to keep up, they need to keep scoring, and you're going to get more points from that. I love it.
Woo! I love it too. So we've got our quarterbacks. You've got two, so you kind of switched it up on us. I've got one. So let's go to the other end of the spectrum because we know you went quarterback heavy, and I said I'm bringing the defense this week.
Love it.
So I went ahead. Let's go over my defense and your defense. First off, I've mentioned it, like I said, previous episode, giving you guys treats. If you haven't checked out NFTDRAFT's YouTube channel, please subscribe, leave a review, a rating. Check us out. Check the website out. He's writing great articles. These are puff pieces, baby. We got to talk up how good this sport is going to be and how it's related to fantasy football. So please check us out. Too many TDs, MattyDaddy, boom, bada bing, bada boom. Defense. Everybody's asking about the defense kicker card. I figured let's try them out with these rosters we're doing here. I saw a couple of them floating around in the random cards. I had to scoop them up, baby. This is a all-you-can-eat buffet of defense and kicker. I go 49ers versus Detroit, 15-point card. Went ahead and paid the premium. Let's see how it rolls out. Chase, I mean, too many TDs, MattyDaddy, whatever we call ourselves. 49ers versus Detroit. Does this not feel like a smash play for the 49ers?
It's a smash play. And later on today, I have a article dropping that's about exactly this. Do you want defense, kicker, and kicker? You have to play one of those cards each and every week. So you're going to be asking yourself, do I want to pay the 9-point to 10-point price of a kicker or a defense? Or do I want to pay up to 15 around that area for a defense and kicker? And when you think a team is going to dominate, they are going to score a bunch of points and not get scored on, that is a time to pay up. And the Niners playing Detroit, sorry, Detroit, you are not going to be a superstar team, high scoring team. I think that's absolutely a smash hit.
Absolutely. I went ahead and I was like, you know what? Let's just freaking take all the good defenses there are. I went to Los Angeles at 15 points. Another defense, number one in the NFL last year. Going to Chi-Town against Andy Dalton. Yeah, I said that right. Andy Dalton, not Justin Fields. To me, this is, oh my gosh, this is going to be another bloodbath. So 15 points. I've set the bar high. I'm right there with you. You spent 32. I spent 30. So we'll see how this kind of plays out. You have definitely a higher point total with those two quarterbacks. But if I play my cards right, I get maybe 17, 18 points from these defenses, and these kickers put up points. I could be right there with you.
Absolutely. No, it's a great value there. I love playing against Andy, the Red Rifle. He is good Andy. He has bad Andy. You don't know who's going to show up. He is Jekyll and Hyde. Right. And absolutely against the Ram defense. Come on. I'm pretty sure we're going to be seeing bad Andy there. But to your point, I needed to find some value in my defense because I paid up with quarterback. I pay up a little bit later with some other people. You want to have those superstar running backs. I went with Seattle. Okay, so Seattle is supposed to be playing Indianapolis, and Indianapolis at this point don't have a quarterback. Literally, he's hurt. He's having surgery, and their main guard, who's probably one of the best defensive players in the entire league, is also injured. So I'm assuming those guys aren't going to play, and if they play, are going to play at very low levels. So Seattle's defense putting up a lot of points, having a rookie or a very low level quarterback trying to score points against them without a guard, it's going to be a good chance that they're going to be able to return some value. It may not be as good as some of your 15 points defense and kickers, but it will do the job, and it helps give me opportunities to pay up later.
You paid 7 points for this defense, man. This is like too many TDs. You're robbing them blind, baby.
It's what we got to do. You have to find those values, those num-noms.
This is another one. Dude, Indianapolis is in trouble. I think this, from the offensive guard Quentin Nelson to the quarterback position, this affects everything. Look at their RB1, who I believe is at 20 points. This guy's a running back, but if you can stack the box, you're not going to be able to run. So this Seattle, man, this could be go back to the Legion of Boom days. This could be, dude, for 7 points, you're going to eat on this defense.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, dude, let's keep it going. Let's talk RBs. I think we both, looking at our rosters, we both spin up on RBs. That just shows you how important it is to get good ones. So let's hit it with you. Let's hit with your RB1 because I see a couple of them on here. So fill us in on the cream of the crop, as they say.
No, absolutely. I'm always going to spend up on at least one running back. I mean, these guys are always 20 points, but it's for a reason. I'm going on this game with Alvin Kamara, the running back for New Orleans. He's a superstar, and he is the third ranked player in my draft list. Third ranked player overall, not just running backs. He is their team. Michael Thomas, their star wide receiver, is just had surgery and he's out for at least the first 4 weeks. They don't have anyone else. This guy catches passes. This guy runs. He does trick plays. He does literally everything. He is the team. He's going to return value. Absolutely. And did I mention he's playing Green Bay, who are also going to score a bunch of points? They're going to have to play keep up, my man. This is going to be a locked and loaded RB1. Lots of people will probably be paying him or playing him the week one, but that's fine. I'll take the points as well.
And you think target share, you think, okay, so everybody's playing Alvin Kamara. Big deal. The reason everybody plays him is because you want consistency in your lineup. Obviously, we're going to throw in wild cards, plays, like you see Seattle's D in here. Some people aren't even thinking that. But somebody like Kamara, some of these top tier players like Kansas City quarterback 1, that gets you on the board. But it's really the deep dives, the research that gives you that leg up on the competition. So Kamara, dude, I mean, who's going to get fed as much as he is, especially in PPR leagues? I can't think of one. And dude, 20 points is 20 points, well earned and well deserved.
And to your point, love you bring it up because I paid up for the superstar Alvin Kamara. I still want another really solid RB1, but I don't want someone who everyone's going to play. So I don't love this. My card choices, if I had to pick from everyone who exists, I probably wouldn't go here, but I found some value in finding Chris Carson, the running back for Seattle. He's at 18 points, not even 20 points, 18 points. You save a little. He's still an RB1. And remember when we talked about just moments ago about Indianapolis, if they are up, if Seattle scores their points because Indy doesn't have a quarterback, they don't have their guard, they are going to give the ball to Chris Carson, run out the clock, let him run all over them, not turn it over. He's a solid RB2. Again, not one of my favorites this season, but in this situation, it makes sense to play him, and not a lot of people are going to do that.
Chris Carson's a tricky one because in a matchup like this, he's a smash play because the offense isn't going to be able to keep up.
Right.
But when they play the 49ers, they play these other teams, it gets a little trickier. But week 1, baby, as the Black Eyed Peas would say, keep running. Dude, so I see you have, if I'm correct, we got one more RB, which I think is another smash play as far as value concerned. Fill us in on this RB2 you got here.
Yeah, I'm going all the way down to 7 points with my third running back, and that is Jacksonville's RB2. This is a crazy pricing for this guy. So Travis Etienne is currently the RB2. He was a first round draft, or he was drafted this year. I think maybe in the first round.
First round draft pick.
He is
freak athlete,
a star. He is insane. The only issue is that last year, James Robinson, their current RB1, was a star, came in undrafted. just made his name known, took the lead on this team. He is the current starter. Both these guys are going to play. Although something funny, currently in the depth chart, Travis Etienne is actually RB3.
Whoa.
No way that happens
No.
for the season. I'm projecting he moves up to RB2. They're being funny. There's no way Carlos Hyde is getting that over him. I mean, come on.
Preseason. We're still they're working a roster to like showcase people's skills. You'll get to that like third preseason game, and that's kind of traditionally when they roll with their real depth chart. And then the fourth, fifth preseason game, I believe they have 5 now. I'm not positive, but
they actually only have 3 preseason games this year, plus the Hall of Fame game, which happened. So we have a short preseason this year
for the longer season. So it's a little different this year. Correct. Mine are real easy, not much to talk about because these are more of your smash plays. Tennessee RB1 valued at 20 points.
Lock them in.
Versus Arizona. It was one of those I was taking a risk on my quarterback because this guy's coming off a major injury. So I have to replace the points somewhere else. So I went Henry for Tennessee. There's Cook versus Cincinnati, another RB1. 20 points, guys. This is another one locked and loaded. It's going to get the work share. Like I said, I'm protecting my bases. I want a piece of that tournament. I want to make some money on it. So I locked in 2 locked and loaded stud RBs. Thoughts on this, man? Because I have one more RB that's a lot more riskier, but this is how you build a solid foundation, correct?
Yep. Set it and forget it. A lot of these guys are going to be locked in. They are going to be played by most people. Dalvin Cook is my RB2 on the year. He is going to be phenomenal. He is the entire team. Derrick Henry is just the scariest man to come running at you ever. I mean, that guy is just a completely different person. I think you can't go wrong ever playing them each and every week. And you're right. You go find the riskier plays elsewhere. You keep those locked and loaded in your lineup.
So here's the one I really don't like doing. Like we said, I like the consistency. I like the robust RB. Robust RB is when you load up on RBs at the beginning, the top tier talent. Here's one I kind of took a stab on. I don't love it, but I do love the price point, 10 points. This is Detroit's RB2. This guy is Jamal Williams. Coaches have kind of called him the 1A back. So that to me lets me know they're going to try to run the ball. And if they have to pass running back, geez.
Come on, one more time. We got this, guys.
Pass blocker. He is the best pass blocker on their team. Swift, great talent, not a good pass blocker. When Detroit's just getting ran over by San Francisco, they're going to have to bring him in to help pass block. That's dump off passes, things like that. Little short, easy points. Not much else to say there on Williams. Just one of those you're kind of dart throw.
Love him. I love both those running backs because you're going to get value in that RB2, especially with the 1A, 1B. They're going to use him to pound the ball and try to eat up some clock. So great call. Great call.
All right. Well, let's hit receivers. It looks like you've got a couple and then I've got a couple. So this is interesting. Let's start with your guys because you got some real extreme talent out over here.
I paid up once again to stack. I have both quarterbacks in that high scoring Philadelphia Atlanta game. And I got the wide receiver 1 from Atlanta as well, Calvin Ridley. He is expensive at 19 points, but with Julio gone, I have Calvin as my wide receiver 4 on the season. And I'm not afraid of that Philly defense. He is going to eat. He's going to catch balls. He's going to get a million targets. Just play him, feel comfortable with him. I'm totally happy with that. If that game is high scoring, I'm taking home some money.
Absolutely. And I think Ridley at 19 points, it's almost a value. I mean, it's a lot.
100.
This guy's shown that he's a wide receiver 1. He should be priced at 20 points.
And a lot of people were worried saying, hey, when Julio's gone, everyone's going to focus on him. But in the games that Julio was gone last year, he was a monster. He can take that workload. So play him.
Takes the risk away. I like it.
Yeah.
Let's go to Denver, man. I see another one here. This one's real juicy. One of the sleepers, kind of breakout players of the offseason. Fill us in on this guy.
Look, I'm not a huge fan of Denver's offense this year, but I can't not try this out. Again, we're picking from the cards that we have available to us. If I had every card in the world, I may not play this guy, but I'm going with Denver's wide receiver 2, Jerry Jeudy, who was Denver's wide receiver 1 last year. Cortland Sutton was out all season with a torn ACL. They have put him right back into that wide receiver 1 spot. We don't know how he's going to play, but Jerry Jeudy is a great route runner. If Teddy Bridgewater wins this job over Drew Lock as the quarterback, I see Jerry being able to take this massive swing up. It's going to be great. He's undervalued. I'll pay up at 17. No one's going to play him. That could be the difference in winning a tournament.
Absolutely. I think you nailed that, man. Like you said, if the quarterback's different, which I think it is, I think you just killed it, dude. And then we got, what is that? I think we have one more. This one was kind of the dart throw, which I like, though, because you got to get a little, what's the word, ballsy, I guess you would call it. Let's talk New England here. New England wide receiver 3. Fill us in.
Wide receiver 3. I mean, you have to throw a dart at someone who only costs 7 points. You're going to do this a lot. And I love finding the wide receiver courts where you don't know who is the wide receiver 1. Between Nelson Aguilar, Jacoby Myers, N'Keal Harry, even Kendrick Bourne, who came over from the Niners. No one knows who the wide receiver 3 is. No one knows how their target order is going to be. You may accidentally get the wide receiver 1 in the game, especially early season before those depth charts have been figured out. N'Keal's trying to get his wiggle back, he says. It's going to be fun. I'm going to throw the dart at it. Totally worth the 7 points. Let's see what happens.
I think that kind of leans onto my receiver take a little bit, is these rookie players, they don't necessarily get targeted right into a wide receiver 1 role. They're rookies. You see Travis Etienne, he's probably the best running back on Jacksonville, but they're going to sit him behind the other guy, make him pay his dues a little bit. He might get more play time, but just like a senior and a freshman, the senior's going to get the senior tag. Freshman's going to get the freshman tag. Yeah, I could see Jeudy. New England, I think we're all kind of don't know what's going on, but I like where your head's at on the price, on 3 being 1, blah, blah, blah. Same thing here. I attack Detroit because they're going to be playing from behind. I've heard a good little sleeper everybody needs to keep an eye out for. Detroit receiver Amon-Ra. What is that? Sun god in Greek terms. This guy, catching jug machine, 200 balls after practice every day. This guy is a stud, and he's the only healthy receiver in Detroit. So you're looking at a guy who's going to be the wide receiver 3, probably 6-8 weeks of the season, that's going to get plenty of run for 9 points. I can dig it.
Yeah, I mean, that's again, one of those wide receiver cores. You don't know who's going to be taking the lead. I'm very interested. I love this tidbit of information. I haven't been really on him. You know, I know he was drafted in the 4th round, and not a ton of wide receivers drafted around then have really come out their rookie year to just crush it. But I'm with you. With everyone else hurt and him being able to get that practice, throw it in.
And you bring in a coach that's hard-nosed, that's kind of a man's man, a working man. Like, this guy wants to roll his sleeves up, get to work. Just kind of some intrigue there. My last receiver, not much to talk about. Wide receiver 1 for Buffalo, 20 points. I kind of had a little bit of points. You can tell when I show you my tight ends I'm about to come over. But Diggs, wide receiver, had over, I think it's 165, 170 targets, caught about 148. So in PPR, that's a ton of points. I believe he was wide receiver 2, 3 last year. That's big money, guys. Consistency kind of pads the stats, keeps me in the game. So we've went receivers. Now here's kind of this is the like nightmare on Elm Street. This is tight end talk. I'm going to go first with one of mine, bounce to you, and we'll end it off with me. Tight end 2, could be tight end 5 or not even on the team. Jacksonville tight end, Tim Tebow.
Tebow,
man.
You have to go Tebow.
And I almost said tight end 3, but then I would have contradicted everything I said on like the live stream or whatever about, oh, I think it was you we were talking. Tight end 3s. Was that you?
Oh yeah, no.
You were like, these guys have no value. And I almost put Tebow in there as tight end 3. And I was like, okay, wait a minute.
Hey, you can, man. That is one of the rare chances he could actually
Only
make
tight
it
end
in.
3.
I know. And we don't even know if he's going to make the team. He's a fun story. Used to be a quarterback, massive guy.
Yeah.
I mean, play
I
it,
could just
man.
see him on the goal line. I could see him on the goal line. Urban Meyer's his coach. Him just, against this is Houston, not a good team. He's on the goal line, runs it in, does the prayer, and that's all she wrote. And I only paid 5 points. So don't take that one seriously. We don't know what we have there. It was just a dart throw. A Hail Mary might be 0 points or might be 10. But at 5 points, I can afford that. Let's pass it back to you. And we just talked about how dominant the Seattle defense could be. And you picked an Indianapolis tight end. We'll have to get used to that. Go ahead. Hit me with it.
I know. Yeah, no. Look, you are not going to get a lot of reps against this team, against the Seattle team. If you're Indianapolis, you're not able to do much. But you know what you can do if you're a up and coming quarterback trying to do it? Throw it to the biggest man who exists. Mo Alley Cox, the tight end 2 of Indianapolis. Oh my God, this guy's 6'6", 300, almost 300 pounds, former basketball player. Jeez. I love both tight ends on this team, but this guy's just going to go stand in the end zone with his hands up like this. You can throw it to here. Everyone else is going to be swatting the ball, trying to get it from him. This guy's massive. All you need is that one touchdown at 8 points and you get your value. I love it. He could be the tight end 1 by the end of the year.
Absolutely. Somebody's got to catch passes in Indianapolis. Right. I don't care who the quarterback is. If you're going to be playing from behind, you can't run the ball. So this sets up players for success. We know those receivers can't stay healthy. I think this is a great play at 8 points.
Love it.
All right. Here's another trick. It's almost like I'm trying to cheat the system. Atlanta's tight end 2. Is it Hurst or is it Pitts? Pitts is a rookie, but he should be the tight end 1. But even if it's not, Arthur Smith, the coach coming over from Tennessee, he loves the 12 personnel, loves those big body tight ends. He will use them in play action passes, things like that. I think Hurst at 6 points, maybe I hit the jackpot and it's Pitts at 6 points. Then, like we talked earlier, too many TDs, you're robbing them blind, baby. So, yeah, dude, this is 135 points apiece. We just set these lineups, guys. We will post these lineups on social media. We're going to even have it. Let's do it right now. Boop. There's our lineup. Wow. Technology, baby. But you've seen our cards, who we played. A couple guys that didn't make the list. Cleveland QB1, priced at 16 points. Why pay an extra $1 for something I can get for 15? Any other guys you kind of thought about looking at your other cards you had that might have made the list? You just kind of were like, I don't like the price or I don't like the matchup.
I thought of paying up for Buffalo QB1. I mean, he's going to be a star all season long, but he's playing against Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's defense plays them tough. That is a tough time to play. Sure, you can pay up for those guys any week you want, but maybe fade them if you think they're going to play someone like that, because you might not get the 20-point value when you can get the same value for a few points less.
Takes that upside away when you're playing a stout defense. Depends on where the points go, but I think we did a good job of getting some consistency, showing some variety. We didn't do the same lineup. We had some pieces that were studs and some that might be duds, but we worked with what cards we had to play with. This is a good exercise. This is training grounds 3 days earlier. We hit it for you. We hit it hard. We hit it fast. NFTDRAFT.io. Like I said, defense deep dives, baby, card rarity. Too many TDs.
Check out the articles, babe.
Yes. Check out the websites, guys. If you don't have time to watch these videos, read. It is just as easy to type it in on the website, read an article in 2 minutes, and you're done. Same information. Guys, let's get out of here. Before we do, too many TDs, anywhere else they can find you, anything else you can offer. I know you have plenty of fantasy advice, plenty of yum-yums. You've been doing this for a while, dude. Tell them where they can find you if they need to send you a DM, they want to talk to you one-on-one.
Look, hit me up on the Discord chat. Too many TDs. You guys see me posting all the time. We're here to help. That's what we're here for. We want you guys to learn this game, especially everyone's new. If I can get one new player on fantasy every year, I've done my job. It is the most fun thing, and it only gets more fun the more you throw yourself into it. You can also find me on Twitter, Too Many TD without the S. I will also be giving away some of my favorite cards throughout the season and giving you a little fantasy advice with it. So I already gave up Najee Harris, who already has been killing it in the preseason. He's going to be a superstar. So stay tuned. Follow me. We'll be giving you guys the tools to bring home some money this season.
Absolutely. And Too Many TDs is a student of the game. We're going to get him on more videos. We're going to have Sunday morning start sits, things like that, where we can offer advice to help you win. You want to know injuries? You want to know lineups? That's what we're here for. We're all trying to make money. We're all trying to have fun. Teamwork makes the dream work. Dude, I'm the MattyDaddy at NFF Downset Hut. Till next time, it's been a pleasure, my treasure. Peace.
See you guys in the chat.
Oh.